Hello, hi, people, things. We're making some fried chicken enchiladas. We're gonna start off by mixing some herbs and spices into a bowl because that's what we do. So you get a bowl, you mix your herbs and spices, all right? But the cool thing that we do about the herbs and the spices, we'll chuck it into, we'll chuck it in here. This one will be fine. All right, is we're gonna mix this in with some buttermilk, okay? And what that does is it creates a nice coating for your chicken, okay? And no, I'm not measuring this. I measure by eye, so don't judge me.
He measures with his heart.
It's just with my heart. Righto. Oh my gosh. But yes, so what it does is it coats the chicken well. It creates this awesome flavor for it. And if my garlic powder would work properly, that'd be great. So chucking in the Italian seasoning, chucking in some rosemary, chucking in some onion powder. We're going to chuck in some garlic powder, all that good stuff. Whack it all in. I can measure without even looking if the paprika comes out. I just know how much to put in. I've been cooking for a very long time. Okay, I need to mix the paprika. The good thing about dry things and spices and stuff is that when you left them for a long time...
Start with about a tablespoon of each and then...
Don't worry, I'll be posting a proper recipe up after this. But hey, making fried chicken. You make fried chicken with your soul. But look at that. That's a stove. I don't know if you guys have seen a stove before. That's a stove. And because I'm Irish, we've got some potatoes already prepped for you to go in there. So, potatoes.
Okay, I'm going to put the potato in.
Yeah, you put the potato in. Alright, so we're going to chuck a crap ton of buttermilk into this mixture. Gonna mix it all around. Because this will be the initial thing to coat the chicken. We're going to chop the chicken up soon. Let's grab a spoon, otherwise I just dig in with my hands.
It is fun.
It is what it is. Did you just drop things? Whoa, look at that! I don't know how well you can see it. It's getting mixed. So for those that don't know, I've worked in restaurants and all that in the past. I've been cooking from a very young age. I've worked on stage with many people. I've worked on stage with Gordon Ramsay, Curtis Stone, Shannon Bennett, for anyone that knows who he is. He's a family friend. My whole life has basically been cooking, and look at me being a nerd streaming and, not using my cooking skills for anything except for, making my missus happy. Not that she's complaining. Chuck a bit more of that in. I would give it a taste, but for those that know, buttermilk tastes like ass. Welcome to Stove Cam. My name is Stove. Nice to meet you. I'm the stoviest stove of all stoves. So we've got some flour here. I'm going to chuck the same mixture that we had pretty much all over the flour. I'm going to mix that around so that way when it fries, these flavors get a bit more cooked. They get pretty baked like those kids under the, good old bridge in high school that are nice and baked. Chuck this all in there, and when it starts to fry, the flavors really come out, especially the paprika, and it gives it a nice smoky flavor. It's what you want. Can this paprika come out, please? Oh my lord.
No, it's scared. It's in the cold.
Legit. Alright, we're going to mix this part with hands because, flour and spices and herbs and stuff mixed with hands is always better. Tyler, do you reckon you could chuck some more of them in here for me?
Which ones? These ones?
All of those ones.
This one as well?
No, not the salt. More paprika, more Italian herbs, etc. And then I'll mix it up. Then after we've got that prepared, so basically we're in the prep stage, okay? We're getting everything ready. Don't forget, we've got our potatoes boiling. These potatoes take a little bit to boil. So always get them on before you start everything else. It is very important. Okay, so boiling them, well, parboiling them, then frying them. Let's get our veg done. But how's everyone's day been? Hopefully you're all well. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, night, morning, afternoon, etc. Now remember, when you're chopping up a capsicum, always remove the white bits from the inside. They're very bitter. I know a lot of people that don't, and they're like, oh, why does my food taste like shit? That's why. That's why your food tastes like shit. Get rid of the bitter pieces. So what I'm preparing here is a little thing called a green capsicum. Alright. I know in America they call it something else.
They call it a bell pepper.
But Americans are wrong. We don't call them bell peppers in the real world. We call them capsicums. So we're just giving this a quick little chop, and then we're going to be dicing it up finely.
Oh, and the seeds are poisonous.
Well, yes, the seeds can kill you. But then again, so can everything in, you know, you don't have it in moderation. So we're going to dice all this up all nice. Get that going. And we're going to whack that in with some onion, tomato, all that good stuff. So quite a few of you have also seen my cooking before. You've just never seen the process. I am, I guess, very freeform with my cooking compared to other people that I know who are like, I must follow a recipe. I can't cook without a recipe. Help, I need a recipe. You don't need a recipe. Just learn to guesstimate measurements, season to taste, all of that good stuff. Alright, so capsicum is done. Big hypes to that. Now remember, one of the best things you can ever have in a kitchen, alright, is a beautiful assistant like what I've got here. But besides that, another thing you can have is prep bowls. Prep bowls are life. Oh my god. But prep bowls are life. Prep bowls will save you. They save you a lot of time. They're amazing. They're awesome. Also, if you have anything besides Spanish onion when you're making Mexican food, I don't trust you. Cannot trust you. Spanish onion, red onion, best thing. Alright, we're just going to quickly dice up this onion. Just make it all nice and finely diced. And when I say finely diced, I don't mean finely diced. I mean a nice rustic dice, however you want it diced. If you want it fine, if you want it thick, it doesn't really matter. I don't judge on what your preference is. If you like thick onions, if you like small onions, I don't care. As long as you're eating your onions. Don't be a baby. Eat your onions, kids. Everything in this meal you can substitute with something else. So for example, if you don't want capsicum, don't put capsicum in. So with the onion, we've already diced it, but I want it a bit finer. So what you can do is just group it up, go over, give it a bit of a choppy chop. Group it up again. All right, go over it again. All right, let's do some tomatoes, or as my kids say, matos. Oh my god, he's really good at using a knife. How did he learn that? From killing people? Didn't you know? I need to sharpen me knife.
Eshay, bar, eatswa. Oi, who do you think you are cutting me up like this, buddy? Hand over the knife in those veins, you gronk.
Tomatoes, man. But so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be dicing them. Alright, but you just need to know where the sweet spot on your knife is, and you can cut just about anything. Knives are designed to be sharpened in particular ways. Find your sweet spot and you'll be good. Also, that works for girls as well. Find the sweet spot and you'll be good. Look at that. Beautiful. Straight through that tomato. Cannot go wrong with it. Alright, so now we're up to dicing the tomatoes, or as the Americans like to say, tomatoes. Time to dox myself. That's my first name. Enjoy it. That's some Irish shit right there.
Ulrich. Crumpets the shit.
Let's do the avocado. Yes, millennials, we've got an avocado. Avocado. Alia loves her avocados, so we have to have avocado.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to be doing right now, our potatoes are boiled, so I'm going to be dumping the water out, and we're going to get ready to fry them nice and good. So, let's whack that off. Watch me burn my hand. I'm going to be a idiot and burn my hand, eh? Alrighty. We're going to drain our taters out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to dump these bad boys out of here, fam, and we're going to prepare the chicken. Nice and meaty. Great for coating and seasoning and flavor and stuff. Get that out of here. Alright, so basically what we're going to do... Oh my god, that chick at the deli shoved her finger straight into the chicken breast. How the f*** do you manage that? She straight shoved her finger through the chicken breast. What a person. So if you haven't filleted a breast, I'd recommend not doing it to a woman. She might want her breasts. You know? Just saying. I just can't believe that chick put her thumb straight through it. Like there is an actual thumb hole in the chicken breast there. Like, bro, what the f***? Alright, because we're frying them, we're going to trim off some of the fat that's on these, because we don't really need it. Because we're frying the outside, we're just cooking the inside. Alright? But, if you remember, we have our lovely bowl of flavouring. We're just going to chuck our bits straight on into there. going to trim them down a little bit so that way they just fit into our enchilada a bit more, a bit better. So, we are going to give the chicken a bit of a mix. Mix it in our lovely coating here. And then we're going to chuck it in the fridge and let it sit for a bit. So get it all nice and mixed. You want to see it, you can kind of see it. Nice and mixed. Watch me pour it out onto the bench. And that's going to go into that fridge. We're going to crack a cold one open with the boys. Let's have a can of them up. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to take some of our onion. And by some of our onion, I mean all of our onion. Alright, we're going to whack that in that bowl. We're then going to take our good old capsicum and our tomatoes. Chuck them all in. Chuck them in there. It's a good time. It's a lovely time. We're going to chuck some paprika on top because we love a bit of paprika. Alright. We're going to chuck, where is it? My garlic powder. Because we love a bit of garlic powder. Can't go wrong with it. Now we're going to get some lemon and lime juice. Two of the most versatile things you can ever have. This will freshen up the meal, make it nice. Chuck all that in. Everyone's like, oh my god, Frax is making a healthy, unhealthy meal. Why would you do something like this? That's blasphemy. Alright, then we're going to whack a bit of salt in here. Alright, so we've got that going. We've got that going. What do I want to work on now? Basically frying the chicken at this point. So what we're going to do, we're going to get a few other things out. We've got some lovely olive oil. We're going to take 10 years to fill this up because this olive oil takes forever. So we're just going to sit here and enjoy this. Enjoy this. Look at this, olive oil. Wow, amazing. Olive oil. Get it in ya. So we're going to fry up the chicken first. Then we'll fry the potatoes while we've got the enchiladas cooking in the oven. Now remember, when you are actually putting oil in a pot to fry chicken, remember what displacement is? Just remember that word, displacement is very important, okay? Because if you put in the oil, my fridge is now telling me off. You put in the oil, and then when you put the chicken in, that will make the oil rise. So if you have boiling oil, and you put chicken in, but you put too much oil in, you're gonna start a house fire, you're gonna burn yourself, you're probably gonna die. Don't do it. Not good for your health, kids. Not good for your health. Oh my god, fridge, shut the f up. Yeah, we get it. You don't want to be doing things. Oh my lord. What we're going to do here, where did my plate go? I had a plate floating around. Here it is. Plate kun. Now this is where shit starts to get messy. Okay? So, I don't know if you guys know, but flour and the liquid gets clumpy. So do keep that in mind. This bit is very messy. You're going to be washing your hands several times throughout it if you are ever planning on making this. Let's just give that another little mix around. Mixy-doo-dah. Now, if you guys don't remember, so we have the spice mix in the buttermilk that the chicken is sitting in and also in the flour. So keep that in mind. Doing the thing. Oil is currently cooking and doing its thing. Good to see, good to see, good to see. Alright, so with this, you want to keep one dry hand, one wet hand. Okay? Probably sounds stupid, but trust me, when you're making it, it makes sense. One dry hand, one wet hand. The more flour you get on it as well, the better. The more flavor, the crispier it'll get, the better it'll get. Don't be afraid to get flour on your chicken. Lessons in life with FRAX. Flour that chicken, friends. Flour that chicken. Don't worry, I'm not putting my hand in oil. Don't worry. Don't worry, it's all good. Still needs a little bit longer, friends. Chicken. Where did my tongs go? Where's my tongs? Tongs. So this is basically my old recipe of making homemade KFC chicken. So if you guys want to make homemade KFC chicken, I can teach you how. Oil! Oiling! Also, this is the most FRAX you guys have ever really seen. I'm normally just sitting in a chair and you see like here up. It's like you can actually see a whole FRAX tonight. I actually have legs. Come on, chicken. Fry, mate. Ow, that is hot oil on my hand. That's fun. Oh, mate. Look at this chicken. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm not biased. Definitely not biased about my own food. Not at all. Not at all. But look at that chicken. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, so moving back to this stage. The reason why I wasn't coating while the other chicken was cooking, alright, is simply because when the coating sits on there for too long, it becomes very wet and clag-like. And what happens is it doesn't crisp up as well. And you want it to be extra crispy when you're making something like this. You know what I mean? You need that crispiness. That's what makes this meal good. Crispy, crispy chicken. Or crispy tofu if you're vegan. Or vegetarian. Well, Tom must be trying to kill me today. Alright, we'll chuck that there. We'll get our tortillas ready. Cheese, enchilada sauce, and some salsa. Alright, once the chicken's done, we're going to chuck everything into tortillas, chuck the sauce, chuck the tomato mix and all that we have here. I'm going to show it to you guys again. This is what it looks like. We've got the paprika, salt, garlic powder. We've got the lemon juice, lime juice mixed all in there. It keeps it nice and fresh. Adds a bit more texture to your meal as well and keeps it nice and chunky. Look at that thing. Absolutely beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to strain out some of this stuff that we don't want. Because you're about to fry the potatoes in the same oil. They can just chill. I don't mind too much. They're just potatoes. Alright, so we're going to let them do their thing. We've got that there. We're going to grab our lovely crispy chicken. So, of course, the condensation has made this impossible to open. What we're going to do is we're going to grab a little bit of our veggie mix here. Capsicum, onion, tomato, etc. Alright, we're then going to chuck some chicken in. Alright, I don't know how you can see that. You probably can't see it very well because we can't mother in that. Alright, but we're going to do that. We're going to grab a spoon. We're going to spoon on some salsa. Because we love some salsa in our lives. Alright. We're going to spoon on some enchilada mix. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bang on some cheese, mate. Okay, and then we give this a little bit of a roll like that. Alright, so you have a nice little parcel. Whack it on your tray. She'll be right. Alright, before we go on to the next one, we're going to check on our taters. Make sure none of them are getting stuck. Nothing worse than a stuck tater. Whack in some more of this good stuff. Basically, rinse and repeat this step until you've got as many as you want. And you're always going to have some leftover stuff. Leftover stuff is good for the next day. Make a nice little snack out of it. Make a nice little lunch out of it. Whatever you want to do. Whack on your chicken. Whack as much chicken as you want. I've only got like medium-sized tortillas, even though they say large. So, you know, you can only do what you can do with the size of the tortilla you got. Alright, now the fun part. Let's whack this all over the top. Hoggers, the froggers, my friends. Bring this over to this camera real quick. Have a salsa barca. That's before it goes in the oven. Get hyped, get getting excited. This is going in. Bravo 6, we're getting baked. Let's see if I can make this work. Alright. Hello, oven. It's in the oven. Can you see it well enough? There we go. Hello, oven. Now, while we're at it, let's make a little cheesy one for my daughter and a little one for my son. Hello, chopping board. Little kniff. Little tomato. We'll give it a bit of slice. Alright. So we've got that other half which can divide there. We'll put some cheese inside. There's the kids' one's done. Alright, now let's season these bad boys. Chuck some salt on them. Chuck some Italian herbs on them. Chuck some paprika on them. And then give them a good old mixy move.
And my food.
Alright, I'm gonna get your food. Calm your fam. Alright, look. Because you're a very hungry caterpillar, you can have the very hungry caterpillar plate. Just gonna put your ration of taters on your plate now. Means you don't get any with the enchiladas.
Have enough to hold.
Yeah, you'll be right. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's looking extra melty. It's looking good. I see. Man, look at that. Enchiladas. Oh my god. Yeah, enchiladas be enchiladas, baby. They are looking spicy.
A little bit spicy.
Don't mind me, I just love raw onion. So if you see me eating raw onion, just like don't question it. Alright, we'll give them a few more moments, and then we'll get them out. Look at this. Ta-da! Enchiladas be like. Get off my thingy thing. Can you cease? The joys of melted cheese, am I right? How good is the melted cheese look? We're not going for amazing plating here. We're not going for amazing presentation. We're just going for food. We make humble, nice food here. Let's try to get a nice camera angle on the food. Oh my god! Whoa! It's food! Oh my god! Poggers! Wow! What do you guys think? Like, check it out. Look at that. Nice. Who wants to lick the baking tray? We'll sell baking tray for 5,000. We're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being awesome. I love your faces. You're all amazing. Enjoy the food. Remember, the most important thing in life is to stay wholesome. So stay wholesome, homies.